What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitch was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Oh, Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
All right, y'all, I'm coming. Give me a second. I had to get myself situated. Hold on 1 second. All right. I think we are about ready. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, that is very blurry. Let me clean that off. One more sec. Just when we think we're ready. Look, that thing is blurry. Looks like it's snowing in here. All right, that's a lot better. Oh, that was kind of rough. What's going on, people? What is up? Listen, y'all, we are here. I feel like I ain't did a run your mouth in a minute because Last week it was a lot of politics going on, and we had to, address all that was going on. And so we're here today for a run your mouth. What's going on, y'all? Hey, everybody, as y'all come in the chat, budgets, weights. Hey, Boo, MVN, Shondo, Boo, Morgan, Tracy. I know we're a little bit early today, but I'm kind of tired, so I wanted to get it done and go and sit down for us. But I had a real busy day at work. So busy, I didn't even really take a lunch. So I just was like, I'm just leaving early. So that's what happened. Hey, Phil. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, everybody. So we hear y'all a little early, and then I'll be definitely off well before Really B goes live, and then we'll be hanging out, watching all of the lives tonight. We'll watch Really B from the bushes. We'll watch whether you like it or not panel and all of that stuff. The people that are doing what they do, and we'll be in the bushes. Anyway, so y'all, it's the dossier today is oh oh, it's a lot. I had to stop putting stuff in the dossier today because I was like, listen, mm, I was just like, I don't have the type of time or energy to really unpack all of these stories that we have in the dossier today. But yeah. So let me get this one story out of the way that I really don't want to cover, but I saw it and I felt like y'all, if I had to endure it, then y'all should have to endure it. So yeah, first story out of the dossier: Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue is out, I guess, or about to come out. Hey, legal Magil. And they decided that 81-year-old Martha Stewart should be the cover model for the wildly anticipated annual Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Oh no, 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 no. I'm not gonna leave y'all out from seeing this travesty. So since I had to endure it, have at Martha Stewart and her swimsuits in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. hmm This is what we got going on, y'all. This is what we got going on. Get a load of her. 81-year-old Martha Stewart. Martha says she's sexy at 81, y'all. She says she's here for it, honey. Baby, she's here for it. Wrinkles, very loose skin, varicose veins, liver spots, and all. She's here for it. Saggy titties and all. Mama say I don't need no work. I ain't getting no work for this, honey. You finna get all these saggy titties and all. Baby, if I had to be scared to death when it came across my television, I mean my computer screen, baby, y'all get the same thing, okay? Hey Harold, hey boo. That's somebody's cup of prune juice. Morgan, Morgan, my love, it is. Come on, 50th anniversary. What you say? Come on, 50th anniversary, Playmate, Playboy, Playmate. I know, right? Phil, you say that's seasoned fish. That's a little too seasoned. She kind of does look good for 81. She does look good for 81. I'll give her that. It's definitely the nursing home. Oh dear God. Yeah, y'all get a load of her. Baby mama got her hair blowing in the wind. Baby, she got the titties out. She's here for it. She's here for all of it. All of it. Baby, she got on that red. She's smiling, baby. I feel like she might have had some fillers in her face, though. She might not have had no work on her body. Hey, Miss Baythang, boo. But I feel like she done had some work in that face. I'm just saying. You see her. She said, "Oh, you gonna see me now." Mama say, I love that hat though. That hat is sickly gutty. Sickly gutty. Hey Tracy Wilson, hey Boo. Hey Budget's Waits. Oh, Budget's Waits have been in here. She channeling her inner Blanche Deborah child. So listen, y'all. I apologize that I had to do that to y'all. So because of that, I decided to give y'all some palette cleansers. Hey Pinky Tiki, to cleanse your palette after that, because I know that was kind of scary. And I needed y'all to have a palette cleanser or two to get that horrible picture and image out of your brain. Because you needed a palette cleanser or two to get your life in order. Hey Ravine, child. We needed a palette cleanser or two to help us get the thought and sights of Martha Stewart off our palettes. Child, I'm not doing Martha. Matter of fact, you know what? I thought it was bad enough. I said we can't just do pictures. I got a video or two. Here's a video. I felt the need to give us here's another video. So just so we get our palette fully cleansed off of that. Oh, one more time. Oh, oh. Because I know y'all needed to cleanse y'all palette. Thank y'all for enduring Martha, Mother Martha, and all that she got going on over there. I'm just saying, not let the meat breathe. Morgan, my love. Morgan say take those SpongeBob boxes off. Let the meat breathe, honey. Oh boy. Dear God above. Dear God, God of mercy, God of love. That's because y'all came to class on time. Okay? For all of those people who come after the late bell, we can't help them. But I gave y'all some good palate cleansers for the people who came to class on time. The late bell people, they're not going to be as long. See, if you come to class after the late bell, you don't get to. Let me look at those two videos one more. Yeah, let's look at these palate cleansers one more time, y'all. One more time. Because we in class. This for all y'all who came to class on time. For y'all who came to class on time. Yes, God. Because we came to class on time. We get some palate cleanses because we came to class on time. Those people who come after the late bell, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. Go with God. You should have came to class on time. Hold on. Sorry, I was jamming. Ooh, hey boy, one more time for him. Oh, okay. And there goes our palate cleansers for today. I needed that because at some point today, show the late bell people Martha Stewart with nothing to cleanse their palate. Child, ch- aren't those flesh colored underwear cute? I need me some flesh colored underwear like that, honey. Cause baby, they was doing getting the job done, honey, getting the job done. Anyway, I know at some point I might spike the hell out and lose my damn mind. There are some spiky stories today, so I'm going to warn you. We'll do the best we can to get through all of the spiky stories that we got today. Anyway, so that was the first story in the dossier today. So let's see here. So Vice Media is filing for bankruptcy, y'all. Listen, at one point, this was a viable company that was worth, you know, almost 6 billion with a B dollars. I first learned about Vice Media because I was a big fan of Desus and Mero. Remember, Desus and Mero had that show, and everybody and their mama used to come on Desus and Mero's show. Didn't Obama go on Desus and Mero at one time, at one point? I don't know, but I know at some point, everybody who was anybody was going on Desus and Mero's show. And then they went over to Showtime, and it went to hell in a handbasket. Eventually, they broke up, and they'll have no show no more. But I miss the hey Xavier, hey boo. I miss the old days of Desus and Mero. Um, Xavier, you missed the palate cleansers because you're not late to class, but we do palate cleansers now at the beginning, for the people who come to class. On time. I might do the palate cleansers one more time right before the late bell rings. Listen, I like Meryl was cute, but I was preferential to Desus. Cause I like me a little chocolate. Meryl is cute now, I ain't gonna lie. But Desus give me that. Mm. Desus give me that. He was the one that was going, Ooh, put it down, honey. Put it down, hey. Child. Anyway, but they're filing for bankruptcy. Vice Media is filing for bankruptcy, but they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection today to facilitate a sale of the company and safeguard its future, according to court documents and a statement from the struggling media group. Hey, little baby boom. I like my men skinny anyway, Xavier. So that's all I need. But yeah, I just, I don't like. It started off as a magazine that went over to media, and it was real popular. They used to have programming like about weed, and they had real niche and alternative programming. If I'm being honest, I really didn't watch it a whole lot after Desus and Mero moved over to um Showtime. I really didn't watch it as much because that was one of my main reasons for watching. But it was kind of downhill from there. I mean, the panty didn't help out, and you would have thought that the panty would have helped them out, but clearly it didn't. Um, and tell it for the people in the back. Morgan, please say it. So they've been veering a little right for a minute. Interesting. I really haven't been over there to really find out what they've been doing, but I just find it real interesting that um yeah, that they're filing for bankruptcy. Like it's oh mm. Anyway, but we'll keep you posted on how they do. But that's just And when I saw that, I found that really weird because like I said, I went there for a reason. Um, Lil Bust Down, Urgh, y'all's boy Lil Boosie is in the news. He was on Vlad TV, and he claims that 90% of the rap industry are just like pros and informants for the government. I don't really care. Who the fuck trusts anything that Lil Bust Down says? I mean, I go to Lil Bust Down for no knowledge of anything at all. There's nothing that I'm going to Lil Bust Down to get information about. Like, where are you pulling these numbers from, Lil Bust Down? Out of your ass? Child, let me read this for you. During an interview with Vlad TV, Boosie was asked about Praz's actions and whether or not he was surprised. The Louisiana native said he wasn't shocked at at the revelation and claimed that the industry was overrun by rats. Quote, it's a worldwide movement, bro. It's a worldwide movement of rats. And it's turning out the music industry is full of them. There's more rats in the music industry than the streets because I think they don't want to lose. You know, they don't want to lose this lifestyle. That's how they develop into rats because they want all this shit, but they don't want to lose it. And they figure they can go get it back when they come home. I I can't even end quote. I can't even make sense of what this man is saying. Like Lil Bust Down, uh, uh, like reading that little portion of his interview right there just took all of the energy away from me. Like I literally feel drained trying to comprehend what he's saying. Like I have no knowledge. Like this is help me, God, help me, Jesus. Lil Bust Down, can you put a coherent statement together, please? Please. Like, what is happening? Oh God. Let me continue reading and take more of my energy away. Oh, y'all want no, I'm not listening to this whole interview. Nope. Let me make sure this is not too long. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me look and make sure. Okay, yeah, maybe y'all should hear it from him because I don't have the strength. Hold on, y'all. Let me let y'all hear it from him because I hey Montrez boo because I don't have the strength or energy to try to translate for him. Here's little Boosie, little Bust Down in his own words.
You gotta understand you're in jail because God put you there. That's why you're in jail. Like you're in jail because you get learned the lesson. You know what I'm saying? And when you stop and go a lesson by telling, by being a rat, you stop and go a lesson by telling. He's teaching you a lesson by putting you there. What you have done, it might not be for that crime, and it might be for the crime they got you on, but you're in there for other things you have done in life. So that's why most of the time, how I feel, just how I feel about it. That's why most of the times when those snitches, whatever they do, they end up dying. Deaths. They end up living horrible lives. I mean, like God don't sleep, bro. Like I said, the people who supporting rats don't give a fuck about children. Those children suffer when you rat on that fucking family and that daddy. That child grows up without a daddy, that child grows up without a mother. So anybody is supporting fucking rats, they don't give a fuck about a kid. Because that kid fuck all the convicts for what he did. That kid suffer.
What is happening?
Daddy. Oh, mama. That's what people forgot about with these wrecks. I tell you. And you'll need that fucking, them 5 children in that motherfucking hood with nothing. You gonna take their father from you got caught. When you get caught, it's called take your leave. God is going there for a reason.
Y'all gotta help me.
Fuck if you ain't did that, you did something. And that's how I go, bro. And they don't want to lead this lifestyle. So I think 90% of rappers
That
they still got some solid motherfuckers, bro. It's fucked up. They ain't leaving that lifestyle, especially the bigger they get.
that's the whole clip. Listen, y'all. I can't. What do y'all want from me? What do you want from me? I can't do anything. I can't do anything with that. Which is why I just said I am fucking drained. Even just trying to read that fuck shit. I was drained trying to translate and make sense of it. Before I forget, late bell. Late bell is at 5:15. Let me play our palate cleanse. Let me do our palate cleanses one more time before the late bell. Before the late bell rings, because the late people don't get palate cleanses. I'm just over here jamming. Just jamming. One more time. The people don't even know why we have palate cleanses today. There was a very real reason why we have palate cleanses today. Oh, 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 ooh, oh. I want those underwear though. I really do. I mean those swim trunks, whatever they are, they're real cute. Anyway, just before the late bell. Late bell is at 5:15. But anyway, back to what we were saying. I don't understand any parts of what the hell is going on with y'all little boy, Lil Bust Down. I don't understand. That's y'all's boy, Lil Bust Down, okay? Because that's the same guy. Look at Cam's gonna pop in before he get this good essay. Now that the late bell is ringing, today's essay will be 6,000 words. 6,000 word essay today. 6,000. Hall monitors. Now, if you want to offer them a hall pass, that hall pass is gonna cost $89.99 today. Hall passes are $89.99. If y'all don't have to sell them, look at Living Kush. Living Kush rapper pop right out the bushes. Say, baby, I'm not catching this 6,000 word essay. Living Kush rapper pop right out the bushes and said, listen, I don't got this type of time. Let me pop on out these good bushes before this late bell rings, honey. Yeah, we doing 6,000 today. 6,000 word essay. Play with your mama. Don't play with me, okay? Y'all make sure y'all hit this good like button. $89.99 is the price of a good hall pass today. Tracy will be hawking hall passes over in the corner. Going over in the corner and see Tracy. She over there. If you need to buy a hall pass, she's one of our main hall monitors. She's one of our head hall monitors. Go see her over there, honey. They asked Lil Bust Down about prize and him being a government informant and all of this stuff, and we got that fuck shit. Like, I have no idea.
no comprehension of what the hell we just listened to. Does anybody know what we just heard? Can somebody break down? I'm a man of many degrees, many degrees. I'm a man of intellect. I'm a man of reason, but I can't make any way edgewise of what the fuck he just said to us. Like, somebody go over there and get a little bust down. But why would we imagine that a man who buys prostitutes to sexually assault his sons, like, why would we trust the word of a man who agrees with the statutory rape of his sons by his own doing? Because this is the same man who told us that he goes and pays for prostitutes and skanks so that he can have his sons learn how to have sex with the prostitutes and skanks. I'm just scared, y'all. Listen, little bust down, please go with God. Listen, listen. They ought to make a class at some college or university where you have to translate and interpret whatever the fuck little bust down was trying to say just there. Because I have no clue. Like, we brought in children and God and you being punished for something else. Like, where are we going, sir? What is happening? What is really happening here? Like, I just want to know. I mean, I'm trying to listen. I'm like, what you said? Harold said, did you care about children when you had a grown moose pussy woman to wrap her lips around your son's dick? Like, he didn't care then. Child, a mess, a mess. He would rather have his son sexually right than for them to be. Make it make sense now. But you cannot make sense of the nonsensical. Who is the teacher of the class? Flavor Flav? I don't know what. But listen. Anyway, let's move on. Real quick, over the weekend, if you didn't know, they leaked the last 2 episodes of Power. I watched them, and it's more of the same. It's, yeah. Even though the end, I was like, oh, okay. But still. So now everybody's, oh, so surprised. Everybody on the cast is surprised. Oh, it leaked? Oh, baby, Power been leaking since Ghost was alive. So why the fuck are we surprised? Hell, 50 been leaking the shit since God was a child, since the inception of the show. Child, I don't even need, Janae ain't even that hard. Go in YouTube after we get off and type Power Book 2 Season 3 Episode 9, Power Book 2 Season 3 Episode 10. Baby, they'll pop right up. You can watch it and it's real easy. Baby, I watched them yesterday. No, Saturday. I watched them on Saturday. Saturday night before I went and hung out. So yeah, it's real easy to find, honey. Tariq irritates my soul too, Pinky Tiki. And the show irritates my soul because all of this shit is just so far-fetched and so like the magical world of make-believe. Like, it's Tyler Perry with a bigger budget. That's basically what Power is. Power is Tyler Perry with a bigger budget. And I say that because some of the shit that they have us, trying to make us believe that this really could have taken place like this is just way too far-fetched.
I'm just saying. Cause you be like, nah, girl. Like magically, you know, Tariq is Rain Man, and nobody on the show can figure everything out. And everybody on the show, white, black, blue, and purple, from the poorest of the poor to the richest of billionaires, all have to acquiesce and go to little 19-year-old Tariq, who has the answer to all cures and questions on the show. Like, really? And we're talking about the same sheltered private school little boy that knows nothing about no drugs or anything. Because let's be clear, he don't know nothing about the drug game, not from his mom and his daddy. He was a sheltered little private school boy. I just can't. But magically, in that one season, when he was with Kanan, he learned all he needed. Or he's seeing mythical Kanan, spirits floating around him, giving him the keys and answers to everything. Girl, if y'all don't get the fuck away from me with this bullshit, Courtney Kemp and Fitty, this shit is Tyler Perry with a bigger budget. Just a mess. Now, I'm not going to give you no spoilers. If you ain't watch it, go watch it for yourself. However, Tariq gets on my nerves. Who gets on my nerves more than Tariq is goddamn Drew. Drew make my nuts itch. Drew, girl, I can't deal with her. Mama gets on my good goddamn nerves. That's the one who get on my nerves, Drew. So Xavier, you missed my whole point. I'm going all the way back to Choked. That's what I'm going back to. I'm going back to the fact that from the inception of him becoming this drug mastermind, it was far-fetched then. Power stopped being realistic and relevant around season 3. After season 3, there was no more reality. It was no more realistic. There was nothing. Everything after season 3 of this franchise was way too far-fetched, and the shit became Tyler Perry with a higher budget. So for those people who are so in love with Power, I imagine that you are the people so in love with everything Tyler Perry puts out. Let's just be clear. I'm just saying. I be trying to get through Succession too, Xavier. Succession do be boring. It have its good moments, but sometimes I find myself falling asleep on Succession, and I'll be like, "Girl, wake up!" Ooh, because I be like, girl, girl." Hey, V Carter, hall monitors. The late bell has rang. I started watching Power of Watch Child. I watched the first season of Power Book 2. I didn't even watch the second season. I just caught up on the second season and the third season a couple weeks ago because my best friend was like, "You need to watch it. We need to talk about it. You need to watch it. We need to talk about it." And he, oh God, peer pressured me into watching it. So I spent the weekend catching up, and now I regret it because I was like, against my own better judgment, I watched that mess. But if you need, you can go watch it. I mean, the silly shit is these bastards on the show is around here acting like they're so surprised that the episodes got leaked. Y'all been leaking episodes since when the first time the episodes got leaked? Was it season 2 or 3 of the original Power? I think it was like season 2 or 3. Raising Kanan is way worse. I couldn't even make it through the first season of Raising Kanan. Raising Kanan was just the absolute worst to me. I could not do it, could not watch it. I don't need another story chronicling the alleged life and times of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Baby, I didn't need no parts of it. The acting was subpar. The writing was elementary at best. The shit was garbage. And that Raising Canaan, I just couldn't do it. I sat there like, really? This what we're doing? This what we're doing? It was season 4 when Raina died. Okay, I do remember the episode when Raina died that got leaked. So, but yeah, if y'all need to go, it's out there. Go watch it. This isn't my lead story today, but it's been the lead story for over the weekend. John Morant, uh, which is a cautionary tale in all things getting too much money too fast and not having the right people around you. Okay. Um, when you're right, you're right, V. When you're right, you're right. I just want my P-Valley to sit there. It's gonna be a while because there's a writer's strike going on right now. Oh no, no, no. Listen, Xavier, I love Patina Miller. Loved her. I saw her on on the Broadway musical Sister Act. I saw her on the Broadway version of Sister Act where she was legendary. Mama was awesome. So I was so excited for the show when I saw that she was going to be on Raising Canaan. Then I watched that mess, and I think she's great in it. I think she shows a lot of range in it. But the show in its entirety, I just couldn't do it. And she wasn't enough to keep me into it. Baby, I just can't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I just can't do it, honey. So anyway, so John Morant, if you recall, back in March, he was suspended from the NBA because he was in the strip club with guns and so forth. Now, people are saying, "Oh, why does the NBA have such issue with guns?" You have to know NBA history. If you go back to the Washington Redskins, not Redskins, Lord, the Washington Wizards. Before the Washington Wizards were called the Washington Wizards, they were called the Washington Bullets. The Washington Bullets, which a lot of people said was offensive because Washington was a majority black city, and they said that it was attributing the crime in Washington, the crime and people dying to Washington because it was a predominantly black city. So they changed the name from Bullets to get away from guns and firearms to Wizards. Then Gilbert Arenas, who was the starting point guard for the Washington Wizards at the time, this was not long after it was changed from the Bullets to the Wizards, was in the locker room with his guns, took picture with his guns out that went viral before the days of you going viral, and it was a big thing. He ended up getting suspended, and then that pretty much ended his career. I mean, it didn't end immediately, but after that, Gilbert Arenas' career was no more. Okay, so there's the history with that. Fast forward, and that was maybe about 15 years ago. Yeah, that might have been about 10 or 15 years ago. Fast forward to today, 2023. Well, I should say right after that, the NBA put out provisos, league rules, and so forth. Baby, we want no parts of them because of the backlash that the NBA caught because of that. The NBA put rules in the collective bargaining agreement and all of that stuff. They don't fuck off with guns. If you want to have guns, fine. Oh, should I go back to the fact that Jason Williams, not the Jason Williams that you see on the ESPN, but the older, taller, light-skinned Jason Williams, you really got to go back to know that Jason Williams. He had a whole federal case where somebody allegedly got shot on his property, and he had all these guns and everything. It was a whole big thing in the NBA, and the NBA was trying to clean itself up. It didn't want to go down the same road as the NFL, which still haven't cleaned itself up. But the NBA was really trying to clean itself up. So in its efforts to clean itself up, one of the provisos they put in place that Jason Williams situation, along with the situation with Gilbert Arenas, they put rules and protections in place that said, listen, we want no parts of guns. You don't need to be out here and no pictures and social media with guns. Baby, we're not here for it. And so when they put that into place, when players come in, both in the NFL and the NBA, when players first come into these leagues, they go through classes and courses that all players have to go through. Kind of like when you get a new job, you got to go through new employee orientation or whatever, all of the little courses that you got to take from HR and so forth. They have those sessions with new NBA rookies and NFL rookies. So that's one of the things that they go through in the NBA. Listen, we don't fuck off about guns. Don't play around. Don't get caught on social media with it. So these conversations have been had with all NBA players. So I wanted to start the conversation by saying that, because if you don't know where this all comes from, then you kind of look at it from the gaze and guise of this skewed and jilted vantage point. Now, if you want, you can overthink it and analyze it by saying that the NBA is a predominantly black league, where the players are predominantly black, and there is the over policing of those same black players and what they do and how they go about living their lives outside of their jobs or being on the court. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Back in March, Mr. Morant was caught in the strip club with guns and so forth. Now, we're in a day and age where politics now gets involved. Anytime you mention guns, you have people on both sides of the argument. You have the people that say, give me my guns or give me death, or give me my guns and give me death, because giving you your guns is probably going to give you death eventually. But anyway, let me not wax political on this. That say, give me my Second Amendment, give me my guns, and give it to me now. Give me more guns. I need all the guns I can have. Then you have people on the other side of the argument saying, listen, there's too many guns out there anyway. We need proper gun legislation. Even if you don't take them all away, you need to legislate when and where you can have these guns out and on display. So that, coupled with everything, with all of the mass killings that we have going on, it was just bad timing, Ja Morant, for you to be doing all of that. It was just really bad timing. Okay. Ja Morant was already under flack because he was seen as a gregarious, flamboyant, bombastic, all of the adjectives that you could use to describe a young black man in his early 20s just expressing himself as young black men do. But when you attach those adjectives to a black man as opposed to a white young man, then they take on different connotations as opposed to just the denotation. Go with me here now. We're doing a whole dissection here. This is a whole dissection of what we have going on here. Okay, a whole dissection. Now, Ja Morant gets suspended for a few days, and originally they didn't even tell you how many games he was going to be suspended for. They just said he's suspended indefinitely. We'll let you know when he'll be back. Because that's fair punitive damage. That's generally not how punitive damages work. If you've done wrong and you violated some portion of the employee handbook or administrative responsibilities that you have on the job, generally the consequences are laid out. You do this, here's the consequence. But there was none of that from the NBA. So then it seemed like, because in the incident in March, nobody got killed, nobody got shot. We didn't even know if the guns were even loaded. He just had guns. There was no he didn't fire the gun off. He just was dancing with the guns in his hand. Now they suspended him. I believe it ended up lasting about 8 games, I think. Fast forward, he had said that he was going to go get help while he was on that suspension. And he was going to go sit down and talk to therapists and other life coaches and people that could help him, learn his lesson and so forth. They end up letting him back on the court and let him back to playing the game. His season ends. The Grizzlies are out of the playoffs. Now you have a 23-year-old young man who didn't come from money, but now has millions of dollars at his disposal. Nothing to do because you off work for the next 4 to 5 months because you don't go back to they don't go back to workouts until like September. So now you got 4 or 5 months to fuck off and blow through millions of dollars if you want. At 23, most of us at 23, you give us millions of dollars and access to anything we want. Guess what we're going to do? All of the stupid shit that you can probably imagine. I will admit, at 23, you gave me millions of dollars. I probably will be doing stupid shit too. However, I was smart enough at 23 to know that first time y'all got me, that first time I fucked around and found out when they suspended me indefinitely the first time and said, we'll let you know, I would have said, hey, bruh, get your fucking life in order. Then I would have told those people in my circle. That's where I think the biggest problem is. We're going to point to where the blame lies. People are blaming the parents. People are blaming the NBA, the coaches, culture. The prime culprit outside of Ja Morant himself is the circle. Who is in that innermost circle? Because if your innermost circle is not, even if they have it for selfish intentions, if I'm his boy and I'm being selfish, I'm going to make sure this motherfucker don't get caught with shit because I don't want the money to stop. He's my ticket. What's good, Sean? What's good, Fi? He's my meal ticket. And if I'm one of his friends in the inner circle, if I'm one of his friends in his inner circle, I'm going to make sure that the cash cow doesn't stop getting us the cash that we need. I'm going on free trips. I'm probably flying on private jets. I'm in all kinds of expensive cars. I got skanks galore to slob my knob like corn on the cob whenever I want. I got all those drugs I want. I got all the liquor I want. I can buy whatever. Baby, why would I stop the money from coming in? So what I'm saying is that first time in March that was the warning shot. The friend circle was supposed to tighten up and say, get your life in order. Get it together. Bruh, we can't. Because sometimes a 23-year-old, they're in a rebellious stage. They ain't trying to listen to their parents anyway. Mama and daddy can scream and holler all they want, but a 23-year-old who's making exponentially more money than their mom and dad ever made is looking at his mom and daddy like, what you talking to me for? Because I can buy and sell y'all right now on the black market. I got enough money to buy and sell both of you on the black market. So I can see he wants no part of hear what his mom and daddy got to say. None. So now we're left to the circle. We're left to that inner circle, and that inner circle is what's failing him the most. Nobody's whispering wise counsel. You ain't got nobody in your inner circle helping you out. This is real. This is real. This is real. And I think a lot of times I tell this to students in the classroom so much. You all go about life as if there aren't real consequences, as if you could just fuck up and there's no consequences and nothing's going to happen to you. And baby, when you get to the real world and real life and a real job, there are very real consequences. There are very real things that happen to you when you do the wrong thing. Fair or unfair. So now he's in a situation now where you could possibly lose it all. He's lost several deals. He had deals with Nike. He had deals with, was it Sprite or Gatorade? It was a couple big brands. One was a drink. I don't know if it was Sprite or Gatorade. He lost a another deal with another company. It was a car company. He lost an endorsement deal with. He lost a Nike endorsement deal. We're talking about collectively endorsement deals that could have been upwards of 9 figures because he's just that great of a talent. And in addition to that, hey, D, what's going on? He's gregarious. He's and so uh the younger kids look up to him. They like what he does. They like that he's showy. They like that he's flamboyant. He has the dreads with the colored dreads in his head. He does all of the things that the Gen Zers like to do and so forth. So I did watch the last episode of Ruthless Miss Sharon. You know I did. Anyway, he is doing all of the things that they want to be able to do when they get to that age and that level. And so they're following him. And so what the NBA is going to do is they're going to make an example of him to show those kids fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Let this be a cautionary tale. Let this be a cautionary tale, kids. When you bring your ass over here to this goddamn NBA, fuck around and find out. They're going to make an example out of him. I'm telling you, they're going to make an example out of him. Even if they don't suspend him any game, mind you, any games he gets suspended is going to start next season, which doesn't start until October. Regardless, whether or not they give him one game, a full season, I don't know. I could really see them giving him half a season or a full season off, and that's with no pay. That's with no pay. Baby, baby, baby shark, do 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 do. You got to understand. There's a lot going on here. In addition to all of this stuff that we just talked about earlier, the history of the NBA and guns, we talked about that a few minutes ago. We broke that down, the history of the NBA with guns and how they don't want that to be the face of this league because there was a real problem with it. Now you couple that with them wanting to make an example by putting more restraints on them. Here's something that plays into it as well. It's a lot more than just Ja Morant and guns. He's about to be an example. And let me tell you why. What's happened on the college level over the last few years? NIL, name, image, and likeness deals, meaning you got these kids now being paid straight right in college and even some before college. And now it's not against NCAA rules. So what that means is you have players already earning millions of dollars before they even get into the NBA. And you want to think that rich ass white men who control the NCAA, who control college basketball teams, who are owners, they don't call them owners no more. I forgot what they called them now. They want to get away from racism and not call them owners anymore when that it still is what it is. Anyway, I forgot what they call. Somebody look that up, what the NBA calls its owners now. But they are going to flex at some point and show you that y'all earning all of this money and you think you're going to be able to do what you want. Bro, we're not here for it. We're not going to have any parts of it. We're not here for it. We're giving you these millions of dollars. Mind you, they're making billions of dollars. But You're making millions of dollars, and you think you're gonna be around here doing all of this shit, and we told you that we want you to do it? Nah, bruh. We we're not here for it. I just looked it up. They call their owners governors of the teams now. That's what they call them. They call them governors of the team or alternate governors. Um, yeah, they call them governors now. Whatever. Um, because they're Xavier, they're trying to get away from the fact that modern sports looks like a plantation. Let's just be clear. It looks like the old plantation where the combines look like the combine and the drafts look like slave auctions, and you got the owners who because they want to get away from owners because people shouldn't own other people. You can own commodities, you can own things that aren't people, but saying that someone's an owner of a league, it's the whole innuendo. That's what it is. Um, listen, I'm just telling you where this comes from. Anyway, but there's a lot at work here. Mind you, mind you, let's be clear. Do you think there would be this much over policing if this was Major League Baseball or hockey? I'm just throw that out there. Do with that what you wish. I ain't gonna even go to the NFL because if it was the NFL, baby, he would be suspended for 3 or 4. Well, you know, NFL contract, they can snatch your contract at the drop of a dime and not even blink. Oh, you did such and such, bro. Run me my contract back. Thank you. You're fired. Do you think there would be this amount of over policing if this was Major League Baseball or hockey? If this were the I'm sorry, the MLB or the NHL? I'm just asking. And you know why. We don't have to spell out why. We don't have to say what's already said. There wouldn't be nearly this much oversight, over policing. Do you know how many scandals they've had in those leagues? But no, you got a whole league in hockey for a long time. They've tried to do better by it recently, but a whole league based on motherfuckers going out there and beating each other down. Mind you, mind you, they've recently started cracking down on that. Now, go with me here. I drink the last bit of my Gatorade I got. Yeah. Does that have anything to do with in recent years, you've had more black players in the NHL than you've ever had in the history of the NHL put together in recent years. So now that there are more black players in the NHL, oh no, we got to stop all the fighting now. Oh no, we have to change the culture of the NHL because that's not what we want. Mind you, you got damn near over 100 years of fighting, and that's inbred into the culture of it. Now that you all are infusing, becoming more diverse and having more black players in the league, now y'all want to eliminate that. I'm just saying, call it coincidence. I'm just gonna eat some of this candy so I don't spike the hell out. Now, Ja Morant can be looked at as wrong for flashing the gun, stupid, whatever adjectives. Is he a danger to others? Probably not. Is he stupid? hmm But you're about to have wholesale dissertations that are about to be done about the terror and horrors of the NBA and young black men and their love of guns. Mind you, from C to fucking signing C, you got politicians and white people across the fruited fucking plains from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters screaming to any and everybody who will listen that we need our guns. We ain't giving up our guns. Everybody needs a gun. Our Second Amendment right gives us the right to have a gun. But now you have a 23-year-old black man making millions of dollars who's doing nothing but listen to some music and with his friends. We don't even know if the gun is even loaded. We don't even know if it's a real gun or a play gun or a toy gun. See Tamir Rice. But now we're gonna have whole breakdown and whole people losing their minds about how Ja Morant is about to be the reason, catalyst, and mechanism by which the entirety of the American society, falls down into the abyss. Now the problem is, oh, these young NBA players, right? I'm just y'all got to see what's going on here. Y'all got to see what's going on here. I didn't even know I was going to spend that amount of time breaking that down, going all the way back to the history. I thought I was just going to mention it real fast, and we done spent about 20 good minutes on it. But that's not even all sides and aspects of it. That's just a few of the different facets of this multifaceted situation. It's not just one thing. And what they're going to try to do to you is deflect and make you feel like, oh, this is what it is. It's just this one situation, and it's not. It's wholeheartedly a lot going on behind the scenes that they're just not going to talk about. They're not. So I just, like I said, the culprits to me is the inner circle, because sometimes people can't get out of their own way. And so it makes sense to have somebody around you that can check you and talk to you and say, bruh, get out your own fucking way. You are stifling your own growth. You are impeding your own success and achievement. What the fuck are you doing? And I say the circle because, like I said, a 23-year-old, you ain't trying to listen to your parents. Your mom and dad could tell you something. Baby, if I'm making tens of millions of dollars, and my mom and dad probably ain't made tens of millions of dollars their whole lifetime put together collectively between the two of them, what the fuck are you telling me? I make more than your whole annual salary one game. What are you talking to me about? Because that's the mentality of a 23-year-old. That may not be the problem, because there are some 23-year-olds that are mature. There are some 23-year-olds that can talk to another 23-year-old and say, bruh, stop that shit. We all were 23 and we all had a circle of friends. And a good circle of friends, you always have that one person that's going to be nah, we can't do that. Nah, nope, we can't do that. Because I'm going to tell you what happens when you don't have that one person. Then you end up being that circle of friends where y'all on the news, where y'all going down the path of destruction, where nobody seems to be successful because everybody's down for all of the bad ideas every time. I'm just saying. And even if, like I said, you already got in trouble for it before, bruh, my question is, who the fuck is taping this? Who the fuck is filming this? And then why are you I don't think he was he live? I don't remember if he was live on Instagram or if they just uploaded it to Instagram. I don't remember. But who the fuck thought that was a good idea? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is the person that makes the most money makes sometimes the friends gotta step in and say, bruh, because eventually they won't be the person making the most money. Hello. And like I said earlier, if the friend is the cash cow paying for everything, you gonna do everything to make sure they keep making that money. Mm-mm. Somebody ain't think this through. Anyway, let me move on because I told y'all we have a lot of stories in the John CA, and we got to make it through. I ain't even. I thought I would be off by now. I got 30 minutes. God of mercy. So, in more news in the John CA, Robin and Rakim ain't in no rush to get married. Robin and Rakim say, listen, we Robin say, listen, I'm good. He can keep blowing my back out, plunging my womb, shoving babies up in me. But baby, I ain't in no rush to get married with him. Just because he's filling my guts with, meat juice, don't mean that I'm ready to settle down and marry him. I'm sorry. Robin and Rakim would be Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Chum. So Mama say, listen, I'm a three comma club member, baby. Um, right, RZA, Robin, Rakim, RZA, that is cute. Listen, I'm of the belief like Robin, Rihanna. I'm like, baby, I'm a member of the three comma club. What I look like allowing you, sir, to marry me and then cheat on me left, right, and sideways, try to divorce me, and then try to take half of what I got going on. No, ma'am, no God. I really feel like Rihanna said, I want to have a baby. ASAP Rocky is kind of cute to me. I'll let him, dig me out. His meat big enough. He cute enough. I'll play around with him for a little bit. He gonna give me a child or two. And I really feel like once she's done with this, having this second baby, I can see them breaking up not long after that. Because I really feel like Rihanna is probably this independent woman that's like, baby, we can have shared custody. They can come over your house on the weekends or whatever, a couple times a month. But baby, these are my kids. I only got into this to have these good kids. I didn't want to do it through no sperm donor or whatever. So baby, this is what it is. Let's be clear. You're not even in my stratosphere in terms of relevance or celebrity. Be glad that I let you in my blogs. I'm just saying. Am I wrong in this? I'm just saying. Right, Xavier. I think she just wanted the dick and somebody. I think she wanted babies. And exactly, little baby. I don't think after this second baby, I don't see them being together for longer than a year. Baby, she gonna give him custody rights. Baby, you can come over and grab the kids twice a month. Make sure you have them back on time. And if I go on tour, they can stay with you while I'm on tour. Or you could be a tour dad. I'll pay for you to have your own suite and stuff with the kids while I'm on tour and whatever, all of that shit. But baby, we're not having all of this, honey. This was just a thing that I needed to do to get these kids. So, well, Satana did not think it through. It's completely different because Satana was, Satana is a bed wench who ain't have no fucking money, and her mom slept under bridges and taught her daughter how to be a bed wench and how to go and try and, open up her box to old rich white man for a come up. She ain't teach her good enough because baby, it don't look like she got too much out of the deal. Anyway, um, Rihanna came into this situation with her own money. ASAP Rocky is the one who us collective men are high fiving because he did good. Now, if I'm ASAP Rocky, if he knows good, what he might say is, I don't have no problem with that. You know, the birthday is tomorrow. We already know. Queen Mother's birthday is tomorrow. We will be celebrating Queen Mother tomorrow. She will be turning the ripe old age of 57 tomorrow. We'll celebrate her 57th birthday tomorrow, not today. Queen Mother. Yes. But ASAP Rocky, if you smart, baby, make sure you get some out of it. If you smart, you need to parlay this into something. I don't know if you parlay this into some business that she's going to fund, or parlay this into maybe you open up your own record label. Because parlay this into something, ASAP Rocky, where you get some benefit out of it. Because if you leave this situation, which is inevitably going to happen, and you get nothing out of it, baby, that was for nothing. Good snatch and good cooch comes a dime a dozen. And you got enough kids already. How many kids ASAP Rocky got outside of Rihanna? Let me see. How many kids does ASAP Rocky have? So according to the Googles, because I just want to know. Okay, but oh, I thought he was the one with a bunch of kids. Is that his only child? Uh-huh. Da, 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 da. Uh-huh. Wait. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. According to this, he only has one child. I thought he was the one with one the who is that got all the kids? That Travis Scott? One of these, I can't keep track of all of these kids. But ooh, so you only got one child and now you about to have two? I'm thinking about Travis Scott. Okay. I knew it was one of them had a bunch of kids. But so that's all you got is a one. Babe, you better get some out of this ASAP Rocky. I hope you played your cards right. Make sure, bruh, that when the breakup happens, because it's gonna happen, that you get some out of it. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. We got to move. We got to move the agenda because the dossier was kind of packed today. I was supposed to be out here by 6:15. It's almost 6:15. Nah. Hey, Miss Trisha P. He could get child support, but that's only if he gets full custody. If he don't get custody of those kids and the kids stay with Rihanna, baby, he ain't getting no child support. Girl. Let me see. Yeah, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I present to you the Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. Daddy gave, he gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Um, I'm never gonna miss an effort to call um Governor Death Sentence one of the worst human beings to walk the face of the planet. So today, I told y'all he was in a flurry to sign more and more legislations into law. Now he signed into law another bill. He's trying to do all of this prior to the end of the legislative session, because if they do that, all of these laws go into place at the beginning of the fiscal year for Florida, which is July 1st. So today's law that was signed now says it's illegal for any public institution, statewide, college, university, or any public institution in the state of Florida to have anything involving DEI. It had specific teeth in it toward colleges and universities, saying that no courses can be taught on colleges or universities that speak to diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is coming off the heels of him over the weekend saying that um, uh, um, Daniel Penny, the man who murdered Jordan Neely, was, quote, a good Samaritan. These are just some of the worst human beings walking the face of the planet. There's nothing good about. I keep telling you all, you can put the words of Ron DeSantis and images of Ron DeSantis right next to Governor George Wallace of the great state of Alabama back some 50 and 60 years ago, and they will mirror each other. The same racist, discriminatory, and bigoted language spewing out of that cesspool of a mouth of George Wallace, former governor of the great state of Alabama, is equal to the same racism, discrimination, and bigotry spewing out of that cesspool of a mouth of Governor Death Sentence, governor of the great state of Florida. I mean, these people don't try to sugarcoat. They don't try to hide their racism, and they are so brazen about their racism. They're so brazen about it. It's a badge of honor for them to be looked at and seen as a racist white nationalist. Sorry about that, y'all. Alarm went off on my phone. But they're so brazen about it. They're so happy to be seen this way. They're so excited about it. And you wonder why I keep telling you we are closer and closer every day to the next civil war in this country. This is happening, people. I can't spend a lot of time on Governor Death Sentence, because if I do, then I'm going to remember what he said about Daniel Penny, and it's going to take me back down the Jordan Neely Road, and I'm going to have a whole meltdown. I don't have this type of time. Speaking of Jordan Neely and lawmakers that just get shit wrong with that whole situation, y'all's mayor, yeah, this is Tracy Chappelle, her mayor of the great city of New York, housed in the great state of New York, Eric Adams. He was giving a commencement address this weekend at New York SUNY Law School, and the graduates turned their backs to him because they wanted no parts of him and his level brand of fuck shit and fuckery. Because Eric Adams is riddled and mired in fuck shit and fuckery. Eric Myers, not Eric Myers, dear God, Eric Adams. I know an Eric Myers. It's not Eric Myers. Eric Adams. Eric Adams has had misstep after misstep after misstep since he got into office. And at this point, I know the constituents, citizens, and everybody in and about the New York City area are just besides themselves having have elected this fucking idiot. Like he is certifiable at this point. There, everything at this point, Eric Adams says out of his mouth is questionable. There has not been one good thing that he has done or said since he's been in office. There's been misstep after misstep after misstep after misstep. When are you going to get something right? Like, remember, he has this whole thing about having homeless people uh involuntarily committed to hospitals and shit, and having the police officers be the one to diagnose people with mental illnesses. Like, what the, who found this guy? This is more reason why you do not need police officers as politicians. Police officers are the last people who come from leadership in law enforcement are the last people who you want in positions of power most times. I'm not going to say all of the time, but most times, these are not the people who you want in positions of power because most of them have been groomed and trained to feel like the public is the enemy, like civilians are the enemy, like citizens are the enemy. They have been trained and groomed year after year after year, training after training after training, experience after experience after experience, that they should not trust the public and the public does not know what's best for them. I'm just telling you, it's a mess, a complete and utter mess down there to City Hall in the great city of New York. Because like everything that he has put out there has been a shit show. And for him to immediately in the aftermath of Jordan Neely to make it like, oh, there's nothing to see here. He damn near called Daniel Penny a good Samaritan as well. Really? Oh, but I forgot. You were alive and thriving during the stop and frisk days at NYPD. You think we forgot that shit? Eric Adams? You were here for all of that shit. Shout out to the graduates that said we want no parts of what you got to say to us. Fuck you and fuck your lives, and turned their backs. Turned around and said, we're not here for you and your fuck shit. Find you somewhere to go. I was here for it. Here for all parts of it. In more sugar spiky news, so since we're in New York City, let's stay in New York City. Have y'all seen this the viral video with the white physician's assistant that tried to say that the black teenage boy was stealing her bike, when in all actuality the black boy had done paid for the little city bike with his account, and she was trying to steal it for him, and she over there trying to put on weaponize herself with her white woman tears, and the little doctor guy or nurse or whatever he was came out of the hospital like, oh, what's going on here? And they were like, the fuck you mean get the fuck from over here, this woman's trying to steal our fucking bike. I was mad at the friend who said, well, just get a bike up, let her have it. No, bitch, you ain't get shit. I paid for this shit. Fuck you and fuck your life. Have you ever rode on one of those bikes? Anybody ever rode on one of those little city bikes? Those things are expensive as hell. Listen, you go 4 blocks and be done paid $50. Let me see if I can find the video for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Get this to come up. See if I can get y'all this good video. Um, let me ask you, has everybody seen the video? Just a mess. I know the members only chat saw it because we had it in the members only chat. Shout out to all my members in the members only chat. If you are not a member and a part of the members only chat, shame on you, because the members only chat is really where it's at. Let me tell you something. The members only chat is where all of the breaking news happens. We get a lot of information in the members only chat. So let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. Y'all hold on. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, let me get this to come up for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. All right. I'm surprised y'all haven't seen it. Hold on. Share screen. All right. All right. We ready? All right. Let me make this big.
No, record it.
Help me! Please help me!
Not your bike.
Please help me!
It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off me!
Hey, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Yo, don't let him take it, bro.
Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Hey, now you're not getting the bike.
Help!
You're not getting
Get
the
off
bike.
me,
I'm
dude.
not. No,
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
stupid as something. You're not
Don't touch
touching
his
my
phone.
phone.
Do not touch his
You're
phone.
gonna beat it.
I'm not touching you.
Unborn
You
child.
putting your stomach on my hand.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help me.
She's just crying.
You're not crying. You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got
It's
you on
my
video.
bike. I'm drunk.
Wait, you put it out? Hey, Hassan, you put it out? Hassan,
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you put it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his. It's his. It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You an actor.
Walk. I don't give a fuck. This is my
Stop fake
bike.
crying. Just fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't we take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take it.
Fuck out of here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. The baby gonna come out with
Wait, how you stop crying? Not a tear came down, miss. Not a tear came down.
So that's the video. Listen. That's the video. I'm so glad for phones nowadays where we can chronicle white women and the fact that white women have been the whole demise for entire civilizations, the entire genocide of the whole group of people. Whole civilizations have been burned to the ground because of the fake ass tears of raggedy ass white women. And like that boy said, you over here fake crying, ain't not one tear come out her face. She over here screaming, help, help, help. And so the white man, if you notice, the white man that eventually came over, he was just walking by, and she over there, she must have saw him coming that way. And when she saw that white man coming that way, that's when she started screaming that, help, help, help. Because she knew that the fake screams and cries of a white woman make whole civilizations move. She was going to try and take that bike. I'm mad at the friend for even giving her that other bike that was over there. Bitch, it's got to be at least, she looks like she was over there where it was, where it's probably a whole row of bikes. Bitch, take your ass the fuck somewhere over there and get your own fucking bike. Oh, I'm pregnant. You're gonna hurt me and my fetus. Bitch, you and your fetus about to get kicked across the fucking kicked across this fucking sidewalk if you don't get the fuck away from me. See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. Oh yeah, they found her place of work. Oh yeah, that's the update to the story. So the people down to the job. The job has disavowed themselves from her. I think it was Bellevue Hospital or something like that. They don't put out a statement because they was like, no, no. It was NYC Health. It's Bellevue Hospital. They said, quote, this is what they put on their Twitter feed. We have recently become aware of an incident that occurred off campus over the weekend and appears to involve one of our employees. We are sorry this happened and we are reviewing the incident. NYC Health and Hospitals Bellevue is committed to providing the highest quality of care to all New Yorkers with dignity, cultural sensitivity, and compassion. I'm just saying. We've seen this story countless numbers of times. White women, a whole lot of them ain't shit. But it's a whole lot of y'all still trying to get with them. And when they fuck you up, then you come back over here looking at us to help you. I don't have nothing for you. If that don't make you spike out, child. In more news, sugar spiky news before we get out of here. I got 7 minutes to get out of here, y'all. We got 7 minutes. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We got 7 minutes. All right. In more sugar spiky news, Democratic Representative Jerry Connolly of the great state of Virginia, he has had 2 of his staffers hospitalized after a baseball bat attack in his district office. Let me read this to y'all. 2 staffers for Representative Jerry Connolly, Democrat of Virginia, were hospitalized today after a man entered the congressman's district office in Fairfax, Virginia, and assaulted them with a metal bat, underscoring the threats faced by lawmakers and extreme political polarization in the United States. Connolly, who represents Virginia's 11th congressional district, said the assailant asked for him before attacking the staffers, who were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect struck a senior aide in the head and an intern in the side with the metal bat. Connolly told CNN. It was the intern's first day on the job, Connolly said. The congressman told the network he was at a ribbon cutting for a food bank when the assailant entered his office. The alleged attacker, identified by authorities as, I can't even pronounce this name, Zwan Katranfam, 49 of Fairfax, is in custody and faces 1 count of aggravated malicious wounding and 1 count of malicious wounding. Quote, this morning, an individual entered my district office armed with a baseball bat and asked for me before committing an act of violence against 2 members of my staff. The individual is in police custody. Both members of my team were transferred to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, our focus is on ensuring they are receiving the care they need. The thought that someone would take advantage of my staff's accessibility to commit an act of violence is unconscionable and devastating. And that's what Representative Connolly said after the incident. The suspect entered his office at 10:49 a.m. this morning, according to the U.S. Capitol Police. Authorities took the suspect into custody at the scene within 5 minutes of police receiving a call, according to the Fairfax City Police Department. A spokesperson for the department said the suspect will be taken to Fairfax County Adult Detention Center, and it goes on and on and on. These things are happening more often when you have these extremists, usually on the right side. It's always these right-wing extremists that fly off the handle, and now you have people showing up at people's offices and just attacking people with baseball bats. So now you're going to get to the point where constituents aren't even allowed to go to the offices of the representatives to which they have elected. We're not talking about the United States Capitol building. This is how, if you know, and some people know, some people don't know, every member of Congress, every member of the Senate has, local offices. They have an office in their local area, where you can go. Their staff is there when they're in town. That's what the office that they work out of. And you can go, in most cases, go and ask for a meeting with them, or to talk to one of their staffers to just to discuss. I've done it with my congressmen and Senate, and members of the Senate, where I've done that and have been able to talk to them. But now you're going to get into situations where people just don't want to put themselves and their staffers at risk. The man said this was an intern who today was his first day on the job. It is intern season. It makes sense. You just had a whole bunch of college graduations. It just turned summer. This person probably first day on the internship, over there, happy, ready to go. Parlaying that maybe one day into, being on a high person's staff and maybe even a political career of their own. But now this person lands in jail, not in jail, in the hospital, because some idiot thought it was a good idea to attack them. A mess. A mess. These things are going to keep happening. If you remember, there was a what's the lady's name? We covered it here. There was a congresswoman from Minnesota. Where's Cams when I need her? When I need him. There was a congresswoman from Minnesota that we covered that got assaulted on the elevator. Remember? I can't remember her name right now. It was a Democratic congresswoman that was attacked on an elevator. She was from Minnesota. I remember. If Cams was here, he probably would know her name. But listen, this stuff is scary, y'all. Finally, in our last story of the day, and our last sugar spike story, in the great state of Florida, do I need to say more? Once you say in the great state of Florida, you know it's going to be some fuck shit. A teacher is now being investigated for showing an LGBTQ plus Disney movie in class. Let me read this real quick before we get out of here. An educator in Florida thinks that a right-wing school board member targeted her after a Disney movie was shown in her classroom. The state's education department is conducting an investigation. A Hernando County teacher said Tuesday that school board member Shannon Rodriguez had reported her to the Florida Department of Education because she showed her students the Disney animated movie Strange World, the Tallahassee Democrat reports. The film features the first out gay character in Disney history. According to the Winding Waters School fifth grade teacher Jenna Barbie, the film reinforced earth science lessons for her fifth grade students, including Rodriguez's child, the school board member's daughter. Quote, the word indoctrination is thrown around a lot right now, but it seems that those who are using it as a defense tactic for their own fear-based beliefs without understanding the true meaning of the word. End quote. That's what she said. That's what the teacher said. And it goes on and on and on. There was no promotion of LGBTQ rights. There's just a character in the animated film who was the first character ever that is an out gay character. There's no promoting of gay themes or anything. There's no gay. And the teacher showed the movie because the movie backs up the lessons that they learn in science. But because one of the characters is gay, no, we can't show that. And I'm telling you, you might think I'm being hyperbolic when I say this, but the shit is coming. You're going to get to the point where they say, oh, it's a black character in that. We don't want no indoctrination. in our to happen in schools. So because that film has a black character in it, you can't watch that. I mean, we already have it where because that book has black themes or that book is about black people, we're going to take that off the shelves. What's to say? No, you can't watch this movie because it got black people in it. What do y'all want from me? I think it was Angie something, Harold. It was. I'm gonna have to look that lady name up because it's gonna bother me. But I think it was Angie. I think that was her name. This is listen. I told y'all we are living in the worst of times. You know, in the Tale of Two Cities, they say it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Baby, we're in the city where we're in the part. This country would be the city where it was the worst of times. We are living in the worst of times in this fuck shit place that we call the yet to be United States of America. We're in the worst of times in my lifetime. And, you know, I can't say that we've had worse times to be in this country than right now in my lifetime. This country is one of the worst places to be. I don't see it getting any better. Anyway, but what we did have for those people who was late, I don't know what to tell you. We have palate cleansers at the beginning of the programming, and if you were came after the late bell, make sure you have our 6,000 word essay. You cannot have any parts of our palate cleanser because you were late to class. I mean, you can red ball back. Quite as technically, you can red ball back, but anyway, we about to get up out of here, y'all. Put some shondos in the chat. We going over to Really B. We know Really B is around that time she goes live, so we about to go over there to Really B and watch her and have a good time and party it up with sis and all of that good stuff. Y'all going on over there. Tell her I sent y'all. She's supposed to be live, I think, at 7 o'clock. So y'all got some time. Angie Craig, thank you. That is her. It's Angie Craig. Thank you so much, Harold. Thank you so much. Because it was gonna bother me. That's her name. That's her name. But yes, put some shondos in the chat, y'all. Listen, we had a great time again today, as always. We like I said, we're gonna take a commercial break, and then we'll be over at Really B in about 25 minutes or so. Until then, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Thank you to those people who supported the platform over the weekend. Some people sent me some cash apps. You know who you are. Thank you all so much for supporting the platform and supporting what we do here so that we can keep the lights on and keep the party going over here. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to be hosting the panel that me, Darren, and Medusa Show Off have on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it'll be on my channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. So look out for that tomorrow here. It's my turn to host. And I'll probably be live again tomorrow, maybe either with another Run Your Mouth or Politics of It All. We'll see, depending on what's hot out there in the streets. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Love y'all so much. You could have been a whole lot of places, but you were here with me. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.